Hey guys, Sam here and welcome to another FIFA 17 experiment. Today we'll be looking at the northwest of England, but I want to put a little bit of a disclaimer before we go into the video. My knowledge on England is obviously not the best, and I don't know what you guys classify as northwest. I just did a quick Google search. Some of the teams that came up were the teams that I put in here. I don't know if I got the right Google search. I don't know if I've got the right region. I'm naming it Northwest, but really there's not that much in the northwest of England. So this might be Midwest as well. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know if I've gotten this right or not. If I haven't got it right, I do apologize. If I've mixed up the regions, and then I do apologize. But at the end of the day, it is sort of Northwest, I think. I hope, at the end of the day. I hope I've done at least a decent job. But if there's a few teams that maybe I missed out on, or if there's a few teams that I maybe shouldn't have put in there, don't get too upset. Please don't take it out on me, because I really didn't know. I literally, all the teams that I put in here, I got from the internet, and the internet is the most trustworthy place in the world, right? Anyway, if you do go on to enjoy today's experiment, do leave a like on the video. It does help me out a lot. And if you're new around here, why not subscribe for some more FIFA 17 experiment and career mode content? But without further ado, let's get into today's experiment and let's see who would win in this Northwest League. I fucking hope there's not too many mistakes here. Okay, so take a look at the teams that I put in here. I put 16 teams into this Northwest League, and the teams consist of Accrington Stanley, Blackburn Rovers, Blackpool, Bolton Wanderers, Burnley, Bury, Crewe Alexandra, Everton, Fleetwood Town, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Morecambe, Oldham Athletic, Preston, and Wigan Athletic. Those are the 16 teams that I found were in Northwest England. That is what Google told me. That is what a few websites told me. It was really difficult. It wasn't as easy as finding the teams for London. It was actually a lot more difficult finding it for the northwest of England. There wasn't really a clear-cut list that I could see anywhere like there was for London. So this was really a lot more difficult. So if I've gotten any of these wrong, again, I do apologize. If I've missed out on a team that really should be in here, once again, I do apologize, but I did this to the best of my ability, so I hope I haven't screwed it up too much. But those are the teams for you, 16 teams, so it's quite a large league actually. And there's a lot of talented teams in here and a lot of lower league teams as well. So a nice big diverse mix here in the Northwest. I'm sure to be a very exciting league. So without further ado, let's take a look at what things look like halfway through the season. Alright, so halfway through the season, it's a tight 3-horse race there at the moment, with Liverpool in first, sitting on 34 points, a point ahead of Manchester City and Burnley, who are up there, which is, I find, surprising. But even more surprising, I think, is the efforts of Preston North End and Oldham Athletic. I think they're both, doing really, really well, honestly, for the teams that they are and for where they are on the table. To be ahead of Everton and for Preston to be ahead of Manchester United, I think both those teams are performing really well. If you take a look a little bit further down the table, you'll find Morecambe, Accrington Stanley, and Bury all on 8 points. And you got a couple of teams there in the middle as well. Blackpool actually doing a lot better than I thought they would, so good on Blackpool. But halfway through the season, a few surprises, and I can see this league ending a little bit weirdly because there's some overperforming teams like Burnley, Preston, and Oldham, so maybe they can continue this, maybe they can't. The one thing we've seen with the simulations is that the second half of the season usually is a drastic change compared to the first half. So speaking of the second half of the season, let's take a look at how things wrap up here in the Northwest at the end of the season. Alright, I said that this would turn out weird, but I didn't think it'd be this weird. Burnley have actually won the league, 2 points ahead of Manchester City, who came in second. Manchester United in third, Liverpool in fourth, Everton in fifth. So those 4 teams there, the 2 Manchester teams and the 2 Liverpool teams, sort of where you'd expect them, maybe one spot higher, because you don't really expect Burnley to be winning the league. Wigan Athletic with a nice second half of the season, picking up 6th position. Preston North End dropped down to 7th. Oldham dropped down to 8th. Blackpool ended up getting 9th. Blackburn Rovers in 10th. Crewe Alexandra in 11th. Fleetwood Town in 12th. Bury in 13th. Accrington Stanley 14th. Bolton Wanderers 15th. And by far, by 12 points, the worst team in the league was Morecambe, who only picked up 3 wins out of the 30 games. But really, the one and only surprise was Burnley, Everything else was pretty normal. I mean, there's not too many teams that underperformed. The 5 Premier League teams that are from the Northwest all finished in the top 5, but again, Burnley winning the whole thing is just absolutely insanity in my opinion, so well done to Burnley, to be fair. This just continues on the trend of random things that have happened during these simulations, so I'm not even surprised anymore. Taking a look at the top goal scorers in the league, Marcus Rashford picked up the Golden Boot, 2 goals ahead of Leroy Sané, and 3 goals ahead of Gabriel Jesus, both from Manchester City. And a couple of Burnley boys came 4th and 5th with 13 goals in Gray and Brady. That is it for today's experiment, guys. Next time we'll be doing another region. I think we'll be doing the East. Maybe the Northeast, I think, or Mid-East, or I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some Googling again. If you guys can make a list of the clubs that are in the different regions, it might help me out a bit, so that's if I've got anything wrong here. Otherwise, my Googling abilities are fine enough. Once again, I hope I didn't get too many things wrong, and please don't be too mad at me if I did get something wrong, if I missed out a team, or if I put a team that I shouldn't have. I do apologize, but obviously I'm not from England, and it's freaking difficult looking at the regions of England and trying to see which teams are where. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. London was easy, obviously because it's the capital, but it just seems like the rest of England, like, no one really gives a shit about. Anyway, that'll do it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you do leave a like on the video. If you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe. And if you have any other new ideas for FIFA 17 experiments, make sure you leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be considering them and potentially making them in the future. So thank you so much for your support, guys. I won't waste any more of your time. I hope you have a good day. I hope you did enjoy today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Keep it real.